You have been working so hard. You have been doing so much healing. And can you trust that everything that is coming in for you right now, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it triggers within you, is here to help you expand, is here to liberate you and give you exactly what you've asked for? For this moment, even if it's hard to believe, can you just open yourself up to the potential of this being true? You will know if this video is for you because over the past week or so, maybe the past several weeks, you have been challenged with something that has rocked your internal world a little bit. And this challenge has felt like something that isn't easy for you to gain clarity around. You maybe haven't had a breakthrough yet as to why this has been showing up in your life and why you're feeling confused or unstable or just feeling like you can't connect to this space of peace and confidence and power that you want to be connected to. I want you to know that one of the biggest signs of ascension, of anchoring into a new frequency, is not that you necessarily feel better and better, although that is a part of the process eventually. Right now, there is a wave of light workers who are stepping into this full embodiment of 5D, who are stepping into this full embodiment of unity. We are raising our vibration at the deepest, most foundational level. And so the biggest sign that you are on this journey is that a lot of the old foundational stories and programs that have been running within you, keeping you anchored into a lower vibration, are erupting, they're crumbling. And this is happening within you right now, not as a punishment, but because you are strong enough emotionally and spiritually to handle this in a way that will lead to your biggest breakthrough yet. You are going to experience full liberation from these old patterns. And right now, that can be really hard to understand with our human minds because we have been taught that when we're challenged with something, that it means we've done something wrong, that we've made a mistake. But I want to assure you that no mistake has been made. With me right now in this moment, I invite you to take a breath and let go of any self-judgment, self-doubt, or blame. Come into this moment with me. And let's allow in the divine love and the divine clarity that wants to carry us through this time. Because I am literally right here with you. I'm right by your side. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. But if you are new here, what I want you to know is that on this channel, I don't just share messages that are coming through randomly. I share messages that I'm receiving on my own personal healing and awakening journey that are helping me to navigate this ascension process with more clarity, with more certainty, even in a time where things feel so uncertain. And I feel really called to share that with a very specific group of souls who are on a very similar path to me, navigating very similar lessons with the intention of helping you feel less alone and like just a message to tell you that you're not doing anything wrong if you feel this way. Because I know how helpful confirmation can be when we feel like everything around us is crumbling and everything within us is crumbling. And specifically over the past week, I have experienced a huge internal tower moment. My deepest insecurities have been triggered in a way that has sent these like alarm bells going off within my body. And this message that I'm about to share with you has come through this experience of surrendering to it and asking why this is showing up. And so if you were led to this video, it is likely that you're still watching because you have been going through it in your own unique way. It doesn't have to be the same as me, but basically what I see happening right now on a mass scale for those of us who are ascending and anchoring in that higher consciousness and getting ready to live in that vibrational state, is that our original heartbreak, these deep wounds that led to so much pain in our lives, are being reactivated, not as a punishment, but as a huge opportunity for us to address them in a way that is healing rather than reactive. But when these deep core wounds are triggered within us, there is a part of us that will believe that we are being punished, that we've done something wrong, and that we have to fix it. And so I hope that in this moment right now, you can feel the divine coming in from within you and all around you, and reminding you that you are not deserving of any punishment. You have been working so hard. You have been doing so much healing. And can you trust that everything that is coming in for you right now, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it triggers within you, is here to help you expand, is here to liberate you and give you exactly what you've asked for? For this moment, even if it's hard to believe, can you just open yourself up to the potential of this being true? And I'm going to give you a little more of like a logical explanation as to what helped me really solidify in this knowing that this is what is happening right now. Basically, I believe that many of us who are on this path experienced immense heartbreak at some point in our lives. And this heartbreak led us to absorb certain belief systems, certain ideas about ourselves and the way that the world worked, that made us feel powerless, that made us feel insignificant, unlovable, unsafe, insecure in some way. So I'm talking very foundational level beliefs about ourselves and the way that the world works and what we are capable of. So this could be beliefs around money, scarcity, not being safe, not being provided for. I know a lot of that is coming up in the collective right now, and you likely have experienced this before. These are nothing new coming up. They just might be coming up in a bigger, more obvious way that can feel like it's rocking your world. But it's actually happening so that you can truly see what is going on within you that used to be unconscious. It's coming to light, not to punish you, but to show you where this wound lives within you. And so at this foundational level, many of us have these beliefs about, abundance and scarcity, lack. We have beliefs about our self-worth, us being wrong or bad in some way, having to be hard on ourselves, having to blame ourselves for things when things go wrong. Whatever it is, for me personally, I'm dealing with a lot of wounds around self-worth, feeling rejected, feeling abandoned. And that is being triggered within me right now in a way that has brought me to my knees at several times this week, where I just feel this overwhelming feeling in my body of complete discomfort, complete chaos, complete confusion, not understanding why I'm not free from these things yet. And what I've realized is that the deeper the wound, and these are really deep wounds coming up. I'm talking what led to our original heartbreak that led us to absorb beliefs about ourselves that are not true. And therefore, throughout our lives, because we absorbed these beliefs that are distorted, we experienced a very distorted version of reality where we were met with confirmation constantly that showed us that these beliefs are true. So this is what led to so many heartbreaking experiences in our lives where our heart broke over and over again, and we were reaffirmed that our worst fears were true. And so the reason this is coming up right now is because the way that we were conditioned to react to these emotions coming up in the past is what continuously perpetuated them. When we have a challenge that comes up in our lives, we have been taught that we have to react to it immediately, take action to make that thing go away. Do whatever it is that our ego tells us we need to do to feel comfort again. and to make sure that we're safe, to make sure that we're stable, to make sure that we're secure, or that we're loved, or that we receive the validation that we crave, whatever it is, it's all to avoid truly feeling the depth of that original heartbreak, the depth of that original pain. But in the avoidance of that true feeling, we actually continuously create from the wound. And so when we create from this wounded space and we're not willing to feel the feeling, we continuously create more of the same. And this can be a very unconscious process. Our ego, our mind will think that we're doing the right thing. We'll think that what we're going to do is going to alleviate the emotion that is triggering us. And so, unbeknownst to us, we are continuously looping in this same vibrational state because we are avoiding through trying to take the right action, through trying to fix the problem. And this action stems from a distorted belief within itself. And this is one that so many of us have within our unconscious mind. Some of us even consciously believe this, that we are separate from the divine, that we are separate from source, that we are not powerful enough to receive answers, to receive miracles, to receive solutions, and that we are the sole ones responsible for fixing these problems that are showing up. But because you are ascending right now and anchoring into this higher level of consciousness, you are being asked to remember the truth about who you are. That you're not doing this alone. And that when these challenges come up and you panic and you feel afraid and you're triggered in your deepest wounds, that you do not have to find the solution right away to be safe. You do not have to figure out all of these answers on your own. That was a survival response that you learned. And that is what kept you in survival mode for so long, was feeling feelings of fear, discomfort, not feeling enough, feeling afraid, and taking action from that place. We cannot solve a problem using the same energy that created the problem in the first place. So we are being asked right now in this moment to reclaim our divinity. And reclaiming our divinity is not this process of going out and fighting for it. There is a time and a place for action. And I'm not dismissing that action can be a valuable tool in facing our problems, facing our fears. But the energy from which that action stems is the most essential foundational piece of the puzzle. And right now, for those of us who are ascending, we are learning how to receive support. Because for our whole lives, we had to fight for it. We had to make our problems go away. We had to find the solutions. We believed we were alone. And this led us to continuously take action from the same place, looping in the same spirals. And if you've been unconsciously creating the same results in your reality, this is why. If you've been unconsciously creating experiences of lack, of not having enough, of not feeling seen or connected to other humans, whatever your story is that you've been living out since that initial heartbreak, that you've likely been trying so hard to free yourself from through inviting in higher vibrational emotions, being connected to yourself again, working on yourself, working on your mindset, believing in abundance, believing that you are enough, believing that you are worthy. And that work has not gone to waste. Everything that you've been doing on your healing journey so far has prepared you for this moment right here. It's like I'm seeing someone in like the final level of a video game. I saw 1414 on my screen. I would love to know what that angel number means in the comments if anybody knows. But I'm seeing someone in the final level of a video game where you've been moving through all of these levels and you're about to like face this beast, this dragon right now. And the reason you've made it to this level where you're facing off with this challenge in the form of, I'm seeing like a scary monster, that you're facing. The reason you've made it to this level is because, like I said in the beginning, you are strong enough emotionally and spiritually to handle this in a way that will help you to alchemize these emotions and free yourself from this trap. The trap is taking immediate action when you're triggered or running away from the emotional experience. The way to actually defeat this final level is not through fighting at all. The way for you to alchemize what is showing up, to really choose your ascension, to choose your freedom, which you are doing if you're here. There's really no way around it for you at this point. You know, this beast is right in your face, and you have what it takes. Not to try to fight it down in the old way that you used to do it based on survival. This mission is not about just survival. Of course, survival is a natural byproduct, but this is about your liberation. This is about your freedom. This is about healing those deep original heartbreaks so that you can feel whole and one with your true divinity again, so that you can create from love rather than needing to prove your worth or fight for your survival, fight for your safety. You are ready to create from love. You are ready to remember your power. You are ready to embody that power and be a leader of this new earth. And so what we are being called to do, I'm literally right here with you, and this has not been an easy process for me. There have been times where I have allowed my ego to take over and push me into action, and that action has been futile, to say the least. I have been incredibly frustrated, and I have been trying to sit with this, trying to figure out what it is that I'm truly needing to free myself from this energy. But I think the biggest lesson that I'm learning, and if you're here, this is likely what you're learning right now too, is to allow the experience fully. Because the initial wound, the initial heartbreak that we experience was likely so painful at the time, so shocking, so traumatizing, that we didn't have the safety or the space or the knowledge, the wisdom to surround ourselves in love and free ourselves from that emotional experience. We come to Earth to have these emotional experiences. We come into this space where bad things can happen or challenges can happen to help our souls learn. And we learn through having the complete emotional experience where we experience the pain and we receive the wisdom, the compassion, the knowledge through the return to love, through the allowance of whatever that pain is activating within us, whatever we're meant to learn from it, and through the reintegration that happens when we learn through some of our most challenging experiences. I'm sure you can reflect on certain experiences you've had in this life that have been so painful but have cracked you open to love. You've started to understand why you're here, and you've learned so much through many of the trials that you've been through. But this original heartbreak, it's likely that it cracked you open. And instead of being able to fully feel it and allow that emotion, the emotion was too painful and there wasn't enough safety. So you jumped into survival. And this was something you were meant to experience. It's not like you did something wrong by not completing that emotional process then and there. We came to this earth as light workers, as healers, as leaders, to go through the true human experience of entering into survival mode, entering into that pain, so that as we step into these positions of leadership, as we step into our purpose more fully, as we anchor in this higher vibration, we will be doing it in a way, we will be leading in a way and teaching in a way that comes from true experience. And the way that you're going to be showing up in this world because of what you've been through in your life is going to be fueled with so much compassion and non-judgment. Because as we heal from these experiences of being stuck in these loops, being stuck in survival mode for so long, we truly know how painful it is to be in that place. And we stop judging anybody else who is in that place, and we can offer a hand that welcomes them into this healing process in our own way. This could be through literally teaching or simply being the embodiment of that energy. And I say simply, but that is a huge role. That is a huge job to have on this planet, to anchor in that frequency and embody it. So there's nothing you really have to do to teach it. It's just something you may feel inspired to do eventually. But anyways, that's why you went through that pain. That's why you experienced that trauma. But now you are ready to rise into a higher vibrational experience of creating from love. And so that initial wound is ready to be fully felt, so you can complete this emotional cycle and start a new cycle, learning through love, learning through a higher vibrational experience. And so in order to do this, I have, through my trial and error, discovered a few things that really help me personally. And if you guys are in the midst of this and you're discovering your own things that have helped you, it would be super helpful to drop those in the comments, because I think all of us find different tools, different rituals that help us through these really challenging times. But my personal experience with this has been, first of all, dropping any story that this is a punishment, that this is something that I've done terribly wrong that is bringing this challenge up in my physical reality. Letting go of the need for things to be any different, and choosing to see myself as somebody who is worthy of experiencing this higher vibrational state, who is worthy of blessings coming in, of good things happening to me. And that because I am so worthy of this, I am being gifted with this challenge right now to set myself free from any unconscious emotions or patterns within me that were keeping me in a place where I was manifesting less than I deserve. So seeing this, reframing this as a gift that is here because I'm strong enough. And then remembering I'm not alone and I don't have to do this alone. So calling on the highest, most loving source energy within me and all around me to hold me and presence me. And for me, that is calling on source, but I also love calling on my future self, who has already alchemized this, who has already gone through this and has anchored in that higher vibration, but totally understands through having been there. Like I was saying before, she totally understands exactly what I'm going through, and she's here to hold me. And so calling on my future self has been incredibly helpful, and it's making me realize I want to do that more now that I'm sharing about this. Oh, sorry, the camera's been like crooked this whole time. Oh well. So anyways, calling on my future self, calling on source energy, whatever resonates for you as an experience, a connection to pure unconditional love. So this could be a pet, this could be a passed on pet, a passed on loved one. This could be a specific guide or an angel that you work with. The point is here to clear through the illusion that you're doing this alone. But I do think one of the most essential lessons that we're learning right now is, while we can call on these beings that we perceive as outside of us, it is also incredibly important to practice remembering your light, remembering who you truly are beyond this human vessel. This human vessel in itself is divine, but you are this incredibly powerful soul. That is why you came here as a light worker who wanted to incarnate at this time and learn these challenging lessons to assist humanity in this ascension process. So just know that in order to even be resonating with this and going through this process and making it as far as you have with the level of consciousness that you have at this time, you are so freaking powerful. Like, I get chills when I talk about it and I get fluttering in my heart. If you only knew who you truly are. It's so essential for us to anchor into this knowing you are so profoundly powerful that everywhere you go, without you knowing it, your light is impacting everybody. Who you are is impacting everybody. And I want to thank you for the incredible transmutation you've been doing, the incredible healing you've been doing. You've been going through it for yourself, of course, in your ascension, but on behalf of the entire collective here. And the shift that is happening on planet Earth is changing everything, not just on Earth. If you only knew the ripple effect of your power and of how incredible you are. I say this just to remind you that you are so much more beyond this human. I'm more than just Michaela, and Michaela is incredibly powerful too, but I am an accumulation of so much knowledge and so much wisdom that I've gained through my soul's many lifetimes, and so are you. And you originate where you are truly from. What has created you is pure source energy, the energy that can create anything. So anytime you feel overwhelmed by a challenge that you're facing, it is essential to remember that you are not just this challenge or just the one who is triggered by it or just the one who wants to react to it. Yes, those may be conditioned aspects of your human personality, this part of you who learned how to survive. Those are a tiny fraction of who you truly are. And we often give so much of our identity and our power away to those parts. But those parts are coming up strongly and loudly right now, literally just because they are trying to activate this part of you who knows how to love them unconditionally, who knows how to hold you through this. So connecting to the source light within you. And even if you don't quite understand, even if you don't quite believe that you are source embodied, that you are this powerful being, it is likely that there's a part of you who I'm speaking to right now who totally knows. You remember. And you're remembering more and more every day. And so fall into that remembrance. And fall into that remembrance and allow yourself to be held. The step that follows is allowing all of the icky, gunky, funky feelings to come up, because the original heartbreak that you had is the most devastating pain. It is this feeling of disconnection from yourself. At least for me, it's this feeling of turning on myself and being judgmental towards myself, trying to change so that I can be loved, so that I can feel safe. And so the wound is very deep here. And it also comes with a lot of really icky experiences that I created through embodying something that was not truly me, trying to fit in the world. And so there are moments where I'm crying, and there are moments where I tap into that deep pain. And then there are moments where I feel really weird, really uncomfortable, really angry or disgusted or ashamed, or just like these emotions going on within my body. Often it's not even something that I can really pinpoint, but it's just something that makes me feel so weird and that makes me want to get up from the meditation or the stillness that I'm laying in to try to be with it and surrender to it. It makes me want to like jerk away and do anything else. And so this process that I move through is where I completely surrender and remember that this is a gift. I'm not being punished. I call on unconditional love, and then I allow these weird, difficult, painful, funky emotions to come up through my body. And the most important thing is to not judge the way in which they're coming up. Because for some of us, we could lay there and just feel frozen. And we need to honor the part of us that learned to keep that frozen protective layer over this pain and just be there with it and say, I see you. And a way that I work with my frozen energy sometimes is that I honor how much pain I have to be in to not feel anything at all. That is a lot of pain under there if I chose to not feel joy or true excitement or true pleasure just to block it out. And so even understanding that can start to thaw me out and evoke emotion in me. Lately, the frozen part isn't always there. Lately, I've just been feeling really weird sensations within my gut, within my solar plexus, within my heart and throat. And what I do is I try to melt into them, try to soften into those sensations and be with them in a way that is not doing that to get them to go away, but to show them I'm here now. And I'm present with you if you want to continue feeling this, if you want to complete this emotion, let it move through us. I'm right here. I'm right here, honey. I'm not going anywhere. So it's like this dance where I allow my emotions to come up, I presence them, and then sometimes they'll come up and then go away. And so in those moments, I'm just completely surrendered and knowing that the source energy within me, the divine energy within me is doing its thing. I feel this clearing process, and you don't even have to feel or see that it's there in order to know that the moment you call in that divine energy within you to help you cleanse this, to help you resolve this, it will. And in this process, you may become aware of any stories that you're telling yourself, anything that makes you feel like you need to fight against what's happening. I invite you to soften into that and allow it. Because essentially what we're trying to do is create the safety within us that we need to allow the emotional experience to complete. But the key here is not needing the emotional experience to complete or to go anywhere in order to be present with it and to understand that there is a part of you who is able to hold you through it in a way that is a gift to that part of you. One of the main pieces that I want to share is the importance of allowing this experience to take as long as it takes. It's been several days for me being in the thick of this, and it's okay if it's been longer for you. I'm not even fully through this as I'm making this video. I just really wanted to share this because I've had a moment of reprieve and I feel like this is the video that I need to hear right now. So if anything, I'm doing this for me and for anyone who is needing this, but honoring how long you need, how much time you need to feel safe enough to feel this again is so essential, because what we really want to do is create safety within our nervous system, create safety within our bodies. And we do this through not being in a rush, not needing it to go anywhere. You would be surprised at how capable you are of allowing your feelings to be felt, of not needing things to go as fast as you think they should go. And the funny thing is that the part of you who needs it to go faster, who wants to get rid of it, who doesn't want to feel this way anymore, is also a sensation. It's also an old emotional experience. And so it's about constantly anchoring into that all-loving, all-knowing part of yourself who knows this is a gift, who knows you are loved, who is holding you, supporting you, and carrying you through this. Emotional processing can look different for everyone. So you could be laying there feeling these uncomfortable feelings. You also could feel called to get up and make weird noises and weird movements. And when I say weird, I'm not actually judging. I'm making the weirdest noises and movements lately. Letting this funky, weird energy move through me, the pain, the anger, the weird noises that want to come out, let them come through. The most important thing is to not judge the way that it wants to come out. Just let it come out and be there with yourself. And at the same time, acknowledge that this pain, this distortion, these narratives that you've held onto, they are not who you truly are. And you're ready to let them go now because you have learned what you needed to learn. And so I invite you to ask to be shown anything else you need to learn or receive from this experience. And if there is nothing more, bless these energies and command, beloved, I see you. I honor what you have shown me. I honor what you have taught me, and I honor how you protected me. But now you must leave my body, my mind, and my energetic field and never return. I send you back to source with love to be alchemized for the highest good of all. And so it is. And trust yourself when you say that it is done, and allow it to take the time that it takes for this energy to clear. This is coming up in a slow and steady way because you are creating a stable foundation, and stable foundations are built with care and slowness and precision. And so this process is moving in a way that will not re-traumatize you. And so that is why it needs to come up slowly, and it is your job to allow it, to presence it with love, and to continuously remind yourself who you truly are. Because you are not these wounds, and you will not have to create from them any longer. This is a massive purge that is happening for us right now. And so even in the midst of how chaotic this can feel, You can also choose to celebrate what is going on because you are ascending. And it is inevitable. I really feel this massive wave of light workers who are all rising to these challenges, not letting them tear us down or make it mean anything about us or our worth or what we're capable of. We are here because we are literally warriors of the light. And as warriors of the light, we complete this final level with light, with love, with presence, with remembrance of who we are. We don't have to take action from fear anymore. We are not creating from that energy. We are free. And so I invite you to forgive yourself if you have been taking action from fear. And I invite you to allow yourself to go through this emotional process, because the final thing that I want to share is that when this energy, this distortion is cleared at an emotional level, we can invite in divine clarity like we've never had it before. Because this original heartbreak, this distortion, completely altered our sense of reality, completely altered our sense of self. And so as we clear this and as we invite in the highest divine love and the highest divine clarity, as we declare, I remember who I am and I receive the highest divine truth now, I am open to receiving miracles. I am open to receiving magical solutions. I am open to the divine completely clearing away all obstacles and clearing my path ahead so that I can walk into this timeline of light and lead with love and choose from love. I ask that the divine carries me through this. You are learning how to receive that love. You are learning how to receive that support. And so it's okay if you doubt it or if you feel uncomfortable. As you soften into this process and simply open yourself up to receive it, you are going to receive clarity like you've never had before. It is going to change your entire outlook on life. It is going to change the way you operate in the world. You are going to be re-inspired. You are going to feel a freedom that you haven't felt in so long, because this initial heartbreak that created an internal war within you where you felt unsafe, where you judged or shamed yourself or made yourself out to be bad or wrong, this created this internal war and chaos within you that led to outer chaos. But what happens when you're no longer at war with yourself? What happens when you create peace within and allow the uncomfortable emotions and distortions to exit your being and reaffirm who you truly are and surround the wounded, broken part of you with love that helps you to mend? You start creating from wholeness. And from a new vibrational state, you start seeing things that you couldn't see before. You know that as your vibration rises, you're able to see beyond the veil of illusion. You're able to see beyond the distortions that have been keeping people in a lower vibrational state, operating from survival mode. So just know that that clarity is on the other side of this challenge, and that is why it is a gift. It is a gift leading to your liberation, your freedom timeline where you create from love, not from fear, not from scarcity, not from lack, not from unworthiness. And these were very deep wounds within you. So can you be gracious with yourself? Because it has taken this long to really access that original broken heart. And it's taken this long because you have been preparing for this emotionally and spiritually to be able to handle this in a way that liberates you. And I am right here with you, right by your side. I'm seeing some crows outside of my window right now. There is an old version of you who is dying. Can we lay them to rest as you are birthed anew? As you are birthed into the truest, most authentic, freest version of you. You are so loved. You are so held. You are not being punished. You haven't done anything wrong. And I am right here walking down this path right next to you. So know that you're not alone. Know that it's okay to feel confused or uncomfortable, whatever your challenge is. It is not your job to know how it will be resolved at this time. It is your job to trust that it will be resolved and that all you have to do is feel what you're feeling with so much love. Surrender to it. The time of having to force and fight for everything is over. and we declare it to be so. So thank you guys so much for being here and doing this work by my side. I know that all of us going through this together is helping us to remember the truth, remember what we must do in the face of these challenges. And so I'm so grateful for you being on this journey with me. If you resonated with this video, I'd absolutely love to know your thoughts, your reflections in the comments. If you made it to the end, I invite you to drop an eagle emoji in the comments. I'm pretty sure there's an eagle emoji, but if you can't find one, just drop a bird emoji. You are free as a bird. You are liberated. This is bringing the true soul level freedom that you've asked for, the true embodiment of your divine power. So embrace it, welcome it. Welcome this challenge as if it's a dear friend encouraging you to claim your power, because it is. I love you guys so, so much. I am right here with you, and I want to thank you guys so much for the support that you leave in the comments. I have been really going through it recently, and I want you to know that at times when I felt so alone and so lost on my journey, reading your comments has truly made me feel less alone and made me realize that there are so many other souls who are just as sensitive, people who are going through this very similar journey to me, and it feels so beautiful to know that we are by each other's side. So I just want to thank you guys for your support in that way. I want to thank those of you who choose to donate to my channel. If I have made an impact on your life in whatever way you donate, even if it's just sending me good vibes, I truly appreciate it. And I also want to mention that if you're looking for some support on this journey, I have created several guided healing experiences on my Fourth Wall shop. I have one that's up there that's completely free, and then others that are available at a very low price. So I invite you to take a look at that. They kind of guide you through an experience that's similar to what I've been talking about in the video. So if you hear me talking about this and you're like, how do I actually put it into action when I'm going through it? Sometimes it can feel complicated to remember everything. So that's why I wanted to make those available. So those are up on my online shop, and yeah, let's charge through this eclipse season together. There is chaotic energy, but we are rising to the challenge, and we are in that final level. We are these light warriors. So remember who you are. Don't let these challenges make you think that you're insignificant or not powerful, because you are so much more powerful than you realize. I love you so much. I am sending you so, so much unconditional love, so much healing, so much strength at this time. We've got this. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.